understand. What do you want? You're just a machine. You're just a machine.
Hello everyone, this is Gregor, welcome to the stream. And tonight I'm trying to get back on schedule a bit with some streaming. I don't expect it to last, but well, you know, shit happens, IRL. Game should be starting up anytime soon, please. Huh. Oh, there we go. Lovely. So yeah, we'll be doing a bit of this. I don't remember it being a particularly long game, so you know, just get through it as smartly as possible. It is a game that I feel has some discussion points to be made, even though a lot of people did not like it when it came out. Honestly, back when I played it, I was, yes, a bit disappointed that it wasn't like more of the original. Also, check me out jumping into helicopter blades, because 2003 was a very hard year for collision boxes. I was a bit disappointed that it wasn't more of what was one of my favorite games of the time. Hey, GLC, welcome. How's it going? How are we doing tonight? Recommend being able to see the wars. Well, I mean, let's see if I get the tone right. It's not challenging enough that way. Yeah. Okay. How are we doing tonight? How's it going? How's life been? And don't worry, there's like a lot of very visible stuff that will be fighting very, very soon. Or at least sneaking past, honestly. I've never been one for, combat in Deus Ex games or other life simulators or whatever they're called nowadays. So... Oh, inventory is full, really? Hey, Nognir, welcome. Munching on a plain old salad. Well, I mean, those are good. I was having one this noon. Only dressing is balsamic vinegar. Well, actually, I go more for like olive oil and onion. Wow, did I say onion? Olive oil and lemon. I guess you'd call it a vinaigrette. Probably, maybe not. It's like what's that? We don't actually need this, do we? I don't really care for like another health kit and stun prod, I guess. It would be nice, however, to get more energy cells, but not that bothered about that anyway. But yeah, kind of cutting back on oils. Yeah, fair enough. I remember you mentioned this.
The WTO is making good use of the data.
Blah blah blah.
Your next objective: destroy the Nassif family's greenhouse, which is in the northwest corner of the South Medina. The experimental greenhouse, a violation of WTO.
So it was kind of like a fun thing back when I played. I did not really understand why the WTO wants to destroy like Leia. I don't know whatever her name was. Oh my. See, yeah, this is one of the things that pissed me off in the game back in the day as well. Like, I remember in like the original Deus Ex, you got like a little pop-up at the top left of your screen, which was someone just like politely telling you whatever they want to tell you via telecom. Well, in this one, it actually takes 50% of your screen because of reasons, I guess. It's just how they design the UI, and it's honestly one of the few things that I am legitimately annoyed about this game for. Lemon was used earlier today. I tend to prefer coffee, actually. Like tea, yeah, not so much with lemon. Ugh. Lemon, citrus fruits, grappling trees, yellow, elliptical, but... Oh. Can see the confusion? I mean, I was like, it has not been a very kind week to me. I feel I am at least partially justified in the mistakes that I will be making. Wait, what? What? Really? What?
So long, punk.
Okay. Let's try that again. So why did she attack me anyway? Oh, I see. She saw me picking the, well, not picking the lock, multi-tooling the lock, I guess. Which is kind of weird because that's clearly like a rundown locker there. But sure, why not? So yeah, this game might also have some issues with its AI at some points.
The WTO is making good use
Jerk.
of the data.
I haven't seen you before. Well,
Hi.
pardon the simplicity.
Blah blah blah.
I like to give no
Thanks. That's
I like to give maps to strangers because reasons.
your next
Yeah, but as I was like trying to say, I often got confused about
greenhouse, a violation of
why they wanted me to destroy the greenhouse. Which I mean, it's kind of understandable considering like Layla's Apostle Corps. I don't know. She's not actually the leader, is she? Because that's kind of like a spoiler person from later on. Hey, Alalinor, welcome. How's it going? How are we doing tonight? How is work treating you, or rather, how has work been treating you? But yeah, like at 15 years old, I had no idea why the mean lady wanted me to destroy like an entire greenhouse. Never mind that in the actual greenhouse there is like an attack bot as well, if memory serves. So I was always like, why is this here exactly? I'm just gonna drop the cuddle prod, get a noisemaker grenade. But yeah, remember when I was saying that the maps in 2 more Saturdays left this month? Oof, that's like half the month though, so that kind of sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Remember when I was saying that the maps in Invisible War are kind of teeny tiny compared to the ones in the original? So let me just like start from one end and walk all the way to the other. It should take us maybe 20 seconds, if not less. So this is the other end. There we go. It's like here. It's like a... Oh, come on.
I'm not sightseeing.
We have no choice but to stay here. We don't get to go back inside your atmospheric.
So this is exhibit 1 of the game, pushing, like, I don't want to say pushing a narrative, so that sounds needlessly political,
I don't want any trouble.
but the game seems really intent to like showcase the class disparity in the Cairo area, which is kind of stupid because like you can clearly see it when you later go into the archaeology. There we go. So this is the other end of the Nasif, like the South Medina area. Teeny tiny, 6 NPCs and... oh,
Bigger nonsense somewhere else.
wait, what?
Lady should not walk here.
What? Oh, are these supposed to be like... What?
That got my attention.
Well, that's never happened before. Did it just like become like self-sustaining here? Because like... Did I just like solve the energy crisis in this universe? Whoa. What? Um. What just happened here? Like, I think that guy pushed the barrels and this guy stood next to it for too long, maybe, and now they're both burning forever. Huh. So that was fun. Also kind of a pain to get around. Oh, and I just realized I can probably just... never mind. I messed it up. I could probably just push it next to this guy as well. How did that even happen? Like... So yeah, I was talking about the physics in this game at some point. So, yeah. This has not been a very polished experience, even back when it came out first. Has to take vacation. Oh, that's nice. Not that bothered. That's good. Plenty of time to rest up. But yeah, locations are very small, and it's probably because the engine is a bit limited, to say the least. There we go. No. Though I actually think this just gets us to the helipad. Yeah, but there's also one of these. Haha. Which I missed the first time around. So yeah, this was made in, I think it's the second iteration of the Unreal Engine. It's the same one they used for Unreal 2, the highly forgettable sequel to Unreal that had nothing to do with the original, mostly. It was like a couple of years before Unreal Tournament. No, actually, no, Unreal Tournament came before Unreal 2. So that would be a few years after UT came out. But yeah, kind of like eclipsed the entire franchise. And I mean, with good reason too. Unreal Tournament was a very, very, very good game. Even though I do wish they had a more functional story mode, rather than the, hey, you have to fight in matches to become the champion kind of thing. 2-3 weeks of vacation, precious. Yep. I could have used 2 or 3 weeks of vacation, to be honest, the way things have been going. Oh well. Let's see. We have some objectives, maybe. Destroy the greenhouse. Report to Billy. Nope. Yeah, screw the order. We don't care about them. We will ally ourselves with the good guys that want to burn Layla's uncle's greenhouse. So I was just saying, it's like the game was like very, very keen on keeping everything morally ambiguous until just a bit before the ending, and it doesn't really work for them. Like in the original, it kind of worked because everything was kind of a oh shit, yeah, these are kind of hostile, aren't they? In the original, it kind of worked because it all sort of was built on top of a bunch of weird conspiracy theories, I guess. But in this one, it doesn't even make sense because they tried to move on with the story from the ending of the first one. And wait, yeah, there we go. And it doesn't even make much sense, to be honest. Oh, I see how this is. Like in the original, you had Area 51, you had black choppers, you had what else was it? Like the Illuminati or I don't know. Yeah, see, this is what I had issue with. Did he see me? Yep. Yep. Oh, shoot. We have EMP grenades, though. But yeah, you had like Illuminati, you had Area 51, you had, what was it the other ones? Majestic 12, I think? You had, I'm trying to remember all of the different, like, loony conspiracies in the original Deus Ex. There were a lot of them. Had like the whole FEMA thing with government control or whatever, as if government in any country in the world ever had been that competent to do that kind of thing. But yeah, in that one it kind of made sense that everything was kind of like morally gray, because it wasn't like the game made it very clear that it wasn't like real. So trying to build up on the end of that, and now we're actually dealing with more generic governments like the WTO or whatever the other one is, something, SSC, SSA, I don't remember. Standard I think the full name is Standard Security something, but they're like utterly forgettable. They're the rent-a-guards in this game, which I forget their faction's name actually. Oh shit. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Did it see me? Yeah, it saw me. There we go. So yeah, in that game it kind of worked. In this one, I don't know, it doesn't. Like this, the WTO is clearly modeled around the UN. In that it's mostly European, not even European really. It's kind of like German/French/American members mostly. Like there's Donna Morgan, there's Clara, whatever her last name is, Clara something. Oh, there's actually a couple of more people that are involved in that faction, but I don't remember who they are. It's kind of weird to have, but like it's clearly the UN analog to send you in Cairo to destroy someone's greenhouse because of like reasons. And they do try to provide a legitimate reason for this, but doesn't really work. Or on the other hand, you have... Oh, see, I remember this. This was in the trailers too. That thing over there is gonna... Yeah, there we go. Like, if I fuck up, this is gonna burst open and like a huge giant mech is gonna come out. I think. Like it's like one of the spider bots, I think, the large ones. So yeah, we don't want that. On the other hand, you have the order, and they're of course like, to me at least, they're unambiguously bad in what they do. Like they organize bombings, they brainwash their followers. They've got this whole church of some and some going. I don't really remember. I did one playthrough of them like ages ago, but you know, didn't really bother much with that otherwise. Let's see, I can also... No, there we go. Haha.
We were hoping we would run into Dr. Nassif's uncle here, but it looks like he's one step ahead of us. After you destroy the hydroponics, why don't you pay him a visit? His apartment is on the second floor of a building across the square from
SMG.
the Order Church.
But yeah, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of puzzles me that they actually wanted the Order to be one of the main branches of the story, because those guys are jerks, and not even in like, you know, redeeming characteristics to them. Oh, come on, come on. There we go. Aha. I don't remember if the bot can see up here, so I'm not gonna risk it. Like, oh shit. No. But yeah, I thought I would have thought that maybe the Order would have been better suited to be like, I don't know, more of a clear-cut antagonist in this game. Kind of like Bob Page is in the first one, or hell, even like Majestic 12. Oh.
Back to my apartment for my parental pass so that I can check up on my daughter at the Tarsus school. But the headmaster assures me that she's safe. Still debating whether to go anyway. Don't return to work until you hear from me personally.
Like, I think it might have worked better if, I don't know, maybe one of the faction options was the WTO and the other were maybe the Omar, because those are kind of, you know, more, they have more capacity to be ambiguous than freaking Order. It's one of those options that I never really understood why they would give it to the player. Like, who's the choice for even? So I have the option here to either disable the greenhouse, or just, I think, leave it alone. I'm not actually sure how that goes though, because in one case there are a few there are a few things that you do need to do in order to proceed in the game. I don't remember if this was one of them. Like there are places in the game where you can just like ignore whatever WTO or the Order tell you to do and still proceed. However, I think because this is like a primary goal, it's kind of required, unless you're doing the other faction's path instead. So yeah, I don't know. Like, we will. I'll destroy it because why not? Also, kind of wondering what's up there. I don't think I've ever been to. Wait, what? Oh, no, I'm not. That's good. Oh no! Collision. Damn it. Hey, Posh Hamster, welcome. How's it going? How are we doing tonight? How are we going on? This is my attempt at a posh voice. I don't always get it, you know. God damn it. I'm trying to see if I can get up there in the vent. Probably not, but, you know, it's worth a shot. Probably. Let's see. If I do it like this. No! Damn it. Hey, doing quite well. That's nice. Well, a little bit more tired than I care to be generally, but otherwise doing okay as well. Thank you for asking. No. Not high enough. Damn it. Let me try and like do it like this. No? Okay. Oh god, it's like playing basketball in the original. All over again. Huh. There we go. Did I make it? No! Damn it. Have to get up there. Huh. Let me try and illuminate things for everyone on stream. Trying to get up here. Doesn't seem to want to. Nah! Damn it. Kind of want to see what's up there. Oh well. Let me just like one more try. She's not mantling for some reason. I don't know why. So high. And you might be wondering why I'm not stealthing here. It doesn't really matter because there aren't any human characters around, or like NPCs. There's only just like a bunch of robots as far as I remember. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. Robots being a bit, I want to say, tone deaf to everything. So there's like two options. One of them is to destroy the air filtration system. The other is to hack the thing up here. Yep, there we go. Control system. And turn everything off. I guess it's like a third option to just leave and not bother with the entire thing, but that would probably get Donna Morgan very angry at me. And I'm not sure I can handle the rejection. But no, seriously, it's. I think you either need to do this or to go do the order path instead.
Auxiliary systems not responding.
So I'd rather do the order one, like the WT one instead.
Building up the Massifs, but you become a threat to a community protected by the church. If you won't work with us, I suppose I will have to send in a task force.
I suffer critical failure.
Yeah. You know, I also don't remember if this is the part of the game where you actually choose sides. I thought that was done later in Trier, Germany, which is like the... I think it's like the third hub in the game after Seattle and Cairo. Oh, shit.
You escaped this time, but let that be a lesson. There will be serious consequences if you continue to oppose the order of the church. I expect you to listen to me from now on.
Yeah. You killed my people, so I'll let you go now. That's basically what she says. That's kind of funny. I did not remember this dialogue. Also, the ever-burning corpse is kind of, like, gone. Oh. These lady persons. Yep, those are the order lady persons. They are jerks. Their bosses are jerks, and we don't like them. Although eventually it turns out that it doesn't really matter anyway, which of the two factions you choose. Which is another of my annoyances with this game. So I guess it's kind of like spoilery-ish. So I'm not actually sure if if anyone wants to like tune out for a few while I discuss this. But you know how in this game they kind of try to frame everything as or the Order versus the WTO. Yeah, by the time you reach Trier, Germany, it turns out it doesn't matter at all. Because apparently the leaders of each faction have decided to ally themselves with one another. And
No more fatigue. Use Vitatech Cure.
okay, and yes, that does sound a bit jarring. It's because it is. Yeah, I know. That's like a. There are a lot of things in this game that are a bit dumb. Like trying to get this guy. He's a former colleague of ours, or I guess like
All by yourself?
what's the student equivalent?
Someone in the village. Maybe
Well, anyway, he's like a fellow student like us from like the start of the game, and they try to do this thing where they get you to I guess sympathize with one of them, because each of the people that you meet at the start of the game kind of goes off to ally themselves to a different faction in the game, which would probably have worked better if the game kind of took time to, you know, flesh them out a bit. Instead, we get this guy, Leo, he's the jock. We get Clara, who's like the nice one. We get Billy, who's the rebellious one. And it's kind of annoying. By the end of the game, it also doesn't matter much either. And that's a bit of a general theme with this game. Nothing much you actually do in the first two hubs matters.
you sure got a prime location for you.
Blah, blah, blah.
Go on, you've got my attention.
For what it's worth, I would have much rather liked that the Omar were the second faction in the game. Because it's kind of like they tried to have this whole like duality thing. It's like the government WTO versus the religious order. Then they got these Omar guys, which are very pro modification, versus the Templars, who are very purists, I guess. They try to build the game around this whole like duality thing, but as I said, it doesn't really matter by the end of the game. Ooh, black market biomods. I'm gonna get those. Yep. I'm a good customer. And I am a good customer that is about to upgrade this to level 3. Haha. Yes. Don't remember what this one is. It's like charges melee attacks with MP damage. Not really. Kind of like want the invisibility thing more. Oh, I can totally install it. Or I can upgrade looking through walls. Which looks kind of like this. Aha. So yeah, if you know what you're doing and you've kind of like decided what the good augments are in the game, you can very easily break it from very early on.
Oh no.
Blah, 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 blah.
Sure.
Why struggle with breathers when simply drinking this tonic can counter all of the nanites effects?
But yeah, that was... I don't remember at the time reading much of the reviews, but I think that was also one of the biggest complaints, is that the original Deus Ex kind of gave you all those choices that you could make. There were a lot of hidden options as well. Like, for example, saving Jock's helicopter at some point after... I want to say it was like your second visit to Hell's Kitchen.
The harvester will discuss.
Such a pride.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Means the security chief in the unmarked suite on
How do you expect
Yeah, we're just like getting quests here, by the way. It doesn't really matter much.
Take your nonsense.
Just trying to get through what is like largely mostly inconsequential dialogue and side quests. this guy hates some guy in some other place that we're gonna go to, and then we have to kill him, blah blah blah. I would have been a lot less amoral in this game if, again, anything that you did mattered in it. But yeah, it kind of doesn't. So okay, so the guy, hi. If I don't get too close, he doesn't speak to me. Oh,
God's sake, leave me alone. Yes, I have closed the greenhouse.
I'm sorry about your trap.
Sorry. Who are you to be sorry? You killed the pet, killed the plants. Yes, I see who comes and goes from the greenhouse. And now you come to kill me? But
I know your niece. She was my instructor at
no? Then what?
everyone, as far as I can.
Funny. Ha ha. And meanwhile, my daughter Ava goes missing at the Tarsus Academy in Arcology.
yeah. So this is like the main story quest here.
Maybe I can help.
Destroy my hydroponics equipment. Now you want to look after my daughter.
Looks like you won't get any more info out of him directly. Search the place for clues. Perhaps Dr. Nassif contacted him when she arrived in Cairo.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Just like go snooping around the house while he's here. He doesn't do anything either. It's kind of funny. Yeah, you won't get anything out of him. Go check the place out. Because reasons. However, one thing that they did do well is kind of like this thing I like to call incidental storytelling. If you see here, like see the binoculars and see the Omar across the street, you can kind of like get the feeling that maybe he's been keeping tabs on them. I'm not exactly sure for what reason. But it's kind of like a nice small touch.
Interesting discovery. So Dr. Nassif has a cousin at the Tarsus Academy in Cairo. The visitation pass will let you enter the school on level 107 at the Arcology. Find the cousin Eva and see if she leads you to Apostle Call.
Yep. So basically, if we hadn't really destroyed the greenhouse, he would have been a lot more receptive, I guess. But you know, Have I never played any of the Deus Ex games? Well, the first one I will wholeheartedly recommend. Oh shit! 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 Uh oh. Did you just throw an MP at me? Really?
I will fight to the death for the Templar cause.
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Poison.
Unfortunately, the tranquilizer darts in this game aren't. Whoa, what? Oh, the physics are not behaving today. That's kind of funny. I would wholeheartedly recommend the first game for sure. Oh, shit.
I've been hit with toxin.
I mean, this one isn't that bad. Like when all said and done, like so long as you don't really expect the level of depth and complexity that the first one had, you would probably do just fine with this one as well. Also, I think I'm gonna reload because that was messy. Yeah, sorry, wasn't really focusing on both things at the same time. But yeah, first one is great. Second one, well, not so much, but still an okay-ish game. How do I feel about the most recent ones? Well, Human Revolution is very good. Like,
Looks like you won't get any more info out of him directly.
you just have to understand that.
Perhaps Dr. Nassif contacted him when she arrived in Cairo.
How to explain it? You have to understand that the first Deus Ex, it was kind of a byproduct of its time, because the original Deus Ex kind of came at the point in time where there was like the perfect balance between technology and like innovation, I want to say. It was at the time where Unreal Engine, the Unreal Tournament engine, allowed developers that knew what they were doing to get just enough to be able to play around and experiment, which is something that, you know, more recent games really can't do, because it takes like 5 times the amount of time to make a game of Deus Ex scope than it used to. So they have to cut corners, like content or options that you can do. For what it's worth, Human Revolution really got very, very close to the first one. I don't think there would have been much more that they could do better. Mainly because, you know, a game of that scope, again, kind of doesn't really happen anymore. I mean, not as much. Like, take for example Prey, right? I streamed Prey before. I have nothing but like praise for that game. But honestly, even though it really, really, really tried, it could never get as close as the original System Shock 2 or like System Shock and System Shock 2 in like amount of complexity, options, customization, and stuff like that. So I think we should probably be ready to kill some people here. Maybe. Do I have a toxin grenade? I don't. Oh, that sucks. Shame. I have a noisemaker. I can make them annoyed. Heard good things about Prey. It's a very good game as well. Wait, what? Okay, let me just like be careful here. Oh, she's on the other side of the wall. Whoops. My bad. I keep forgetting that this augmentation can see through walls as well. I haven't actually picked it because it's, you know, a good augmentation. I only picked it because it's probably the best of the ones that you can get for that slot. Which is like, you can either get the regeneration, which is kind of useless with all the heals that I get. You can get the remote spy drone, which doesn't really matter because the enemies can actually see the spy bot flying around. So yeah, the only other thing that you can get is like being able to see through walls. Where is she? Where's the other Templar? Huh? Did she just like go outside and lock herself out of the room? Okay. So we kind of need to get this secret code for later when we go to the academy in the archaeology. Let's see. But yeah, back to your question. I do really like Human Revolution. I do appreciate Mankind Divided, although they kind of had a few missteps in that direction. Which I can talk about if you care to hear them out. But yeah. Hell, I even like this game. I don't hate it as is like a popular thing to do apparently. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. Oh, did she go back inside? What? How? How did you do that? There she is. There we go. So these are the Templars, by the way. This is like the female model for Templars in the game, which is a faction we'll probably be meeting a bit later on. Let's see, now that we're talking about this single player experience, like I'm missing out while hopping from one MMO to the other. Well, yeah, but I mean that's the that's the good thing about single player experiences. Like the moment you decide to start playing them, they're still gonna be there, like with a few exceptions. But for the most part, like the moment you're in the mood to play a single player game, it's gonna be there. It's not gonna go away. You won't like fall off the power curve if you stop playing for 6 months, like it happens in MMOs. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say anyone that hasn't been playing single player games has been missing out, because they're still there. Like the moment you decide to just like go buy one and play it, you're still like guaranteed to get more or less the same experience as you would have gotten if you played it on launch. Well, I mean, with some caveats, right? Depending on how much, I guess, how much you focus on the technical aspect of the game, right? You might get an inferior experience compared to what you would have gotten on launch. Like if you go and get, for example, with the stream recently, like Lands of Lore 3, if you go and get that now, you're probably gonna have a very, very hard time playing it. Which I mean is fair. It's kind of like a 21-year-old game at this point. But at least the core interactions in a way are still the same. So I don't feel like you're actually missing out. It's like more or less just kind of haven't been kept in the loop with what everyone else is discussing. Also, I'm stealing someone's offerings here. I don't know why. Ah, another one as well. I'm gonna get attacked by this guy if I do that though. Also, there we go. See, there's like a way to get in here.
You ran into me.
It's like a way to make it fall over. Because I didn't really pick the augmentation that allows you to lift heavy objects, so I can't actually right click and move it. But the funny thing is that the physics in this game kind of work in a weird way. If you bump into something, it gets bumped as if it had taken like the full mass of you into it. So even though you can't actually lift stuff and move them if they're too heavy, you can still kind of bump into them until they move away. I mean, unless you did something very stupid like getting it stuck in a corner or a wall or something. Damn it. I wonder if they're gonna freak out if I try and break it. Huh. Okay. So I guess no one cares about the crazy person with a laser sword. Cool. Restricted. Aha. Do not enter. Danger, 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 Will Robinson. Oh shit. This is the this is the what's it called, the smuggler? I don't remember what his name is, like the harvester, something like that. There's like that guy that told us to kill the security chief in the archaeology. Whoops. Just making some firewood, yeah. This is kind of stupid. They won't attack you if you like literally take a weapon out and start slashing with it. But if I try to lockpick something next to them, they're gonna go crazy. It's like, priorities much? Yeah, I think that's about it. I think the only place we have left to go is the archaeology now, so that's kind of a fun area though. So the basic idea with this location, Cairo Medina archaeology set, is that they kind of like made an archaeology for the rich people, and everyone else is slamming it out in South Medina, which is kind of the same thing they did with Seattle, where you have Upper Seattle for the rich and Lower Seattle for the not rich. I don't remember if Trier has that as well. I think it does to a certain point, but it's not as obvious. But yeah, this is definitely a game that likes its symbolism like really thick and heavy laid on. Unfortunately. Like, the original game wasn't as subtle either, because in the original game they did the other thing where every NPC had like 50 or 60 lines of dialogue doing some kind of philosophical diatribe about, I don't know, class warfare or income inequality or segregation or whatever. Okay, I cannot use that yet. They had a lot to say in the first game. which I mean isn't particularly a better way of doing things. It's just like I said though. The original was very much a product of its time. It was lucky enough to have been developed at right like that very specific sweet spot where technology was good enough to deliver something memorable, or like more memorable, but not not advanced enough that you needed like a million hours to make something. Which I guess is why every game since the first one kind of felt like a step back, I guess. Which I mean, in some ways it is a step back, but it's kind of nice to keep everything in perspective at least, because like I said before, you really can't realistically make a game like Deus Ex anymore, at least not to that scope. Human Revolution was kind of close, but it was much smaller in scale, and the time saves that they had to use really show. For example, in Human Revolution, a game that is more than happy to let you specialize in a variety of non-combat ways to deal with the levels, it has mandatory boss fights, which is to say mandatory in the you have to kill the bosses to proceed way. And as it turns out, that was because they tried to save time, because they outsourced the boss fights to another studio that I suppose wasn't like clearly communicated what kind of game they were trying to make, which is kind of usually the case with these corporate affairs. So you had a game where you could be stealthing through 99% of the time, being the perfect ghost, kind of like a suave, I guess, Sam Fisher kind of character, if that makes sense. But then you would hit like a room at the very end of a level and be like, haha, now you have to fight a boss and you have to kill them. It's kill or be killed. Which, was kind of stupid.
The individual worker, careerist, let's say. So
You're talking about those freaks who get.
there is, friend. Join our order.
You really round up.
Friend, let's not be too explicit.
Sign me.
That's a bit short-sighted. I mean, in a way it is. But you have to understand that they really did try to make a game of that scope. And as far as I'm aware, it almost worked.
I was just thinking about it.
Someone like it.
Well, I was thinking.
Personally, I would have done without the boss fights at all in Human Revolution. Maybe just like move them to be dialogue fights, because that is another thing that Human Revolution does that I haven't seen in many games. There are certain boss fights that you fight entirely through dialogue, and depending on how well you do, like depending on what answers you choose, it kind of like plays out differently. There's specifically a couple of points where you can cut out a large part of a later quest just by answering, like asking the correct questions. And there's even like a mod in that game, like not a mod in that the game is modded. One of these. There's like an augmentation in Human Revolution that actually helps you with those boss fights by scanning the person you are talking to and giving you clues on what their personality is like, which is so smart.
I could tell you, but I like to try. I think that's cool.
Okay, I'm just like getting side quests here. Let's see, what do we have? Order, we don't care about the order. Investigate Tarsus, that's the academy that I'm going to next. Order, we don't care about. Pequods, find Engines Manager at College level 110 and bring here and blah 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 blah. Okay. Kill the security chief in the corporate suits on archaeology level 108. Okay. Glass cows in Eva on 107. Inform engineers on any corruption among archaeology officials. Tell the woman in archaeology at terminal level 110 for any common shop will unlock hangar 24. Eavesdrop on the Templar recruiting kiosk. Ah, okay. That one we can actually do now. It's like a good thing to do. Pen is mightier than the sword. Yeah, in a way. I mean, I would still love to see a game that's just those fights. Because I also got like a very strong, like, got a very strong deja vu of Monkey Island's, was like the rhyming sword fights, I guess. Which were insanely fun to do the first time around before you like found out all the answers. Okay. Why did she go all the way over there? Templar raid, protect Omar. Ah, okay. Well, actually, I think this one is time sensitive, by the way, so I kind of need to go help them. So yeah, this is one of the two major. The game wants you to think there are like the major conflicts in the game. It's the purist Templars versus the pro modification, I guess, Omar. So I kind of have to go back and help them out. Because I think if you go through too many loading screens, the attack kind of happens and you get a message that they were like attacked. And the problem is if I want to access some content later on in the game, I need to go back and help them. So yeah, this is like a good example of how this game at least tried to get that Deus Ex feeling. Like I said, I think it mostly failed because the technology wasn't quite there for what they wanted to do. It's like very clear that they got this new piece of software, like the Unreal 2 engine, I guess, I think it's called. I'm not actually sure. But yeah, I think this is actually written in Unreal 2's engine. I don't know what the engine itself was named, but you know. Okay, let me just talk to the guy here.
I eavesdropped on the Templar.
Huh, my lucky day.
The raid is going to happen.
You know this for certain?
Hard to say.
I'll be ready.
I had a run-in with some Templars in the apartment building across from.
Not likely. The Templars have cells all over the Medina. But maybe you got the one who would have tipped the balance. They won't catch me sleeping.
Yep. So coming to warn Leo means that later on in the game, when we're kind of like coming back through here, let's see, got the quest for it. Yep. Return to the North Medina later to learn how Leo handles his Templar raid. Ah. And the guys that we killed in, come on, in the top floor over there, though, that kind of also counted towards the thing. I think if you warn him but you don't kill the Templars, one of the Omar dies, so you get like a smaller reward, I guess. But I think we've done everything so that all of them survive. But yeah, like I said, this kind of shows that they did try to at least have that whole like your choices matter flavor in the game, but just the technology wasn't there. Oh. Unfortunately, the technology also means that the triggers kind of happen when you do a level transition. So yeah, now I can go back and check on him apparently. Because the success trigger kind of happens when you leave the area, which I guess is something that maybe they should have thought about a bit more carefully. Oh well. Or maybe it was something that the way this engine handles triggers couldn't really cope with, like having conditional triggers.
Great tip. I let him close in and then bam! Dropped every last one.
Glad I could help.
Hey, I don't have much in the way of a reward, but this showdown just got me a big bonus and put me in tight with the Omar. You're welcome to half. Plus, I'll throw in a little extra since you've made your own contribution to the Templar body count.
Thanks. I'm just glad things are working out.
You don't have to worry about Leo Jankowski. The Omar are safe. Thanks
Hey, 400. Cool. So get like Aha.
Scan complete. You are only minimally biomodified. Shall we conduct business?
No thanks.
So yeah, I don't actually have anything that I want to buy off of this guy anymore. Oh, come on. Why did I get stuck here?
This gig is working out.
But yeah, once again, I would highly recommend trying at least the first Deus Ex. You know, it's actually kind of interesting in more than just, you know, a good game, because it is a good game, but it was so influential that, like, maybe playing it, you would kind of see how a lot of later games borrowed stuff off of it, or at least got inspired by it, would be a better, what's it called?
The regional director has been disappointed in my profits since the intensification of nanites.
What am I supposed to
NG Resonance is playing a concert in the arcology.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay. You can see a lot of games after 99, 2000 that kind of got inspired by some elements of Deus Ex. I mean, also System Shock technically, but Deus Ex was, I think, probably the first game that really refined the recipe, if that makes any sense. You know, I would very much recommend checking it out if you ever want to see one of these games in action. And probably the first one is at the moment very, very, very cheap to get. It probably goes for maybe under €5 on sale when it does.
Hi. Do you know an it's now very Hi. What do you know about the Tarsus?
I have a lot of fans at Tarsus.
Anything else?
Oh, sure. It's some kind of prep school. But that doesn't mean those girls...
So, you're performing
Yes, tomorrow evening.
where at?
On a stage near the Pequot's coffee shop. I bet you... You're one of my favorite bands, Alex. I'm ready to listen anytime.
So we kind of need to kill a guy on level 108, right? This is the Tarsus Academy, I think. Nope, Order Mosque. So that's definitely not the place we need to go. Let's see. Corporate suites. It's like a... I think that's the place where we need to do our murdering. SSC, that's right. The standard security something something. Do you remember what the C stands for?
Citizens, look about you in the splendor of the WTO.
Okay, guard station. I think we can get proof of corruption here.
Any trouble, you can report it to me.
Yeah. Can I please? Nope. See, this is the second part of the floors. It's like 109 and 110. We don't need to head there just yet. Okay. Corporate suites. Let's do this. Keycard required. Nope, we're not going to do this. I don't actually remember how you get access to that place, to be honest. I think we might get a keycard somewhere in the what's it called? In the Tarsus Academy. But anyway, let's just do one thing at a time. So I'm kind of thinking maybe we can be done with Cairo by the end of today's stream. So tomorrow would be... I don't remember if you actually go back to Seattle at some point. I think you do, but it's a very brief visit.
SSC records show
I'm getting sick. But if you...
SSC records show that several students have been reported missing. You might want to ask some of the
Blah,
children.
blah, blah.
I think... What's the latest people? What makes you... It's true. I can't help feeling like I'm always being...
Hallway patrol is normal Tarsus procedure. This is Headmaster Archer's office.
So, as it turns out, the headmaster might not exactly be on the up and up.
People should trust Tarsus.
Yeah. Turn around. Come on. Kitty. Here. Cheer up. It's like a way to... She's like literally not turning around for anything, huh? She figured out what I'm gonna do. Also, I think I initiated the side quest without meaning to. By doing that approval thing. Just like check. Yep.
Are you the specialist? We've been waiting. Sorry, I'm not. They had some blood on you. Not in my. Here.
So let's see. This is kind of like a combat situation here. See. Hi. Whoa. Hold on. Haha. That was easy. So yeah, AI in this game isn't the best. It's also maybe not the worst, but it's certainly down there in like sophistication. Aha.
The headmaster has this.
Why are you hiding out?
I'm not answering any questions.
Miskini Nasif asked me to look for his daughter Eve.
Okay, I'm Eva, and people should be worried.
How can you be sure?
Something to do with purification. Some group called the Temp.
Where is it?
The vent high on the wall leads to it. But there is a spider bite keeping vermin out of the ventilation system. Or you could go through that opening.
Thanks for the tip. It sounds like you got your.
For the time being, at least, I'm going to.
Yep. Pack of cigarettes. Oh no. What are you doing in here? Okay, so there's like two ways to solve this at the moment. One is to go through here. It's kind of like a... Yeah. It's kind of like a pain in the ass to sort of navigate. And the other way, I think, is kind of like guarded by... Yeah, there we go. Spider bot. I hate spider bots. They are not the friendly neighborhood spider bots that I was expecting. Yep. Okay, so the story here. Tarsus is the organization that kind of like gave us our modifications. They are very pro modification as well. Meanwhile, the Templars are kind of purists, and what happens is that they manage to get someone as a headmaster. Oh, that's right. Gotta watch for that. They got the headmaster to their academy to be a Templar, because I guess screening procedures are hard. There's like a way to hug it from there, but I think I'm just gonna like dominate this and be done with it. It's not like I'm hurting for energy cells anyway. So just, you know, do this, disable it, go on with my life.
Excellent work as usual, Lieutenant Archer. You will be pleased to hear in turn that we have seized the Apostle Corps facility. It was right under our noses on level 108, transmitting the suite's soft key ID so that you can join us at your leisure.
This school was once an Apostle Corps operation. The Knights Templar must have penetrated their organization some time ago. I need you to investigate the secret Apostle Corps suite that the Templars discovered. Your objective will be to locate Dr. Nasif and interrogate her.
Thank you. Also, you know, we could kind of like get a refill on our energy from this guy. So let's see.
Your patience and fortitude will be rewarded, Lieutenant Archer. We must wait just a bit longer, but soon we will be free of this menace.
So let's see. There's now also a way to get him killed, if memory serves. So I think if you talk to him about this secret thing, he tries to activate the security system. So let me just check that out. Let's see.
Headmaster Archer, there have been some strange rumors regarding your conduct towards students. We're sure this is only idle gossip, but Tarsus must also urge you to release your behavior so that we may remain above reproach or suspicion.
Welcome to Tarsus, Cairo. I'm Silent.
Oh, come off it. I know you're secret.
You may have a few pieces.
I know enough. You're on assignment.
It's really monstrous is the way these children are being hopelessly polluted.
So that's what...
Someone thinks they're real sneaky. Oh boy, here we go.
Wait, what? Why are they attacking me? He's the one killing kids. Come on. Jerk. Oh, there was like a way to get through this. I don't remember exactly what it was. Let's see. I just like try talking to him again.
No, thanks.
Is there anything else you...
No, thanks.
I don't actually remember. Hi. Don't mind me. Just stealing stuff.
You seem pretty calm. Most of the other kids... Yeah.
Okay.
Well, another strange...
So how do we solve this without everyone in the SSC trying like killing us?
The room is about... What room? Oh, what?
Because honestly, let's face it, there's like a lot of these. I will be like killing forever if I aggro the entire place.
I'm always being watched. Maybe I'm...
This is Headmaster Archer's office.
Yeah, yeah.
Enough with this people should trust Tarsus. We're the best.
So let's see. I think there's like a way to...
That's not something you're supposed to be doing.
Let me see if I can get this. Oh, invisible wall. Yep. Yep. Unreal Engine. Haha. Turn around. Yeah. Oh boy, how do we solve this? I wonder if I can just like activate the turret and let it clear everyone off. But that kind of also means that it's going to be attacking students or something. I'm going to be honest, I don't really remember how like this was actually solved. I know there is kind of like a way to get through this without aggroing everyone else in here. Just don't remember.
batch of excellent progress reports, I am pleased to announce that we are nearing the closing of this phase of our field operations.
Yeah, never mind. I don't. I really don't want to go check an FAQ or something like that. I should remember this. Like I should, but I don't.
After another batch of excellent progress reports, I am pleased to announce that we are nearing the closing of this phase of our field operations, slightly ahead of schedule. We will be in contact soon with your new orders.
Oh, there we go. The SSC commander on level 104 is strongly opposed.
Yes, it's some consolation being close to my family. Still, these monsters shed
Yep. So we just like basically turn him into the what you call him, the police officer. Let's see how that works. And if it works.
I make sure no one tries to sneak in.
Because that's the problem with like games from like the early 2000s. It's like in a way they were kind of like experimental enough that you don't really know what's going to happen if you do stuff. I like to mess around with things. Experiment. It should be clear if I do something, what the consequences are going to be. But I guess that's not how it's going to work. Oh well, let's see.
SSC at your service.
Fellow WTO citizens, look about you in the splendor of the WTO.
Hi, have a crime to report. Excuse me.
Can I help you?
Yep.
I want to report
Yes,
The headmaster is working for some fanatical secret society. The Knight.
That's a pretty serious accusation.
He has a secret office in the back where you'll find all the evidence. The students who've been...
We'll dispatch a crew to resolve the situation immediately. Thank you.
Sure.
Yay.
The credit will be invalidated if
We did it. Can we now go check and see that everything's in order? Search Flight Bay 24, PQuest, QuickQuex, Security Chief in the Corporate System College level 108. Oh, so this guy. Nasif. Find Mina Amir. I don't remember who she was. Okay, so we actually need to kill this guy for the Harvester's quest. So let me see if I can. Oh no, I'm dead. Hey, Loktra, welcome. How's it going? How are we doing tonight? Let's load. Or maybe it wasn't this guy that I needed to kill. It's hard to remember. I think he may be in the corporate suites, which is the next place that I need to head to. So that's fine. This for some other quests later on. Hey, pretty happy everything was going as planned. Is it? That's good. Check Discord. Ah, okay. Let me just check. Ah, nice. Getting badges, I see. That's interesting. But yeah, you should go like check Looktrout. Oh, what happened? Hello, chat. I'm actually getting my. Oh, there we go. Lovely. Go follow Leoptra. I don't remember what he was streaming lately. I think it might have been Formula 1 racing again. Oh, yeah.
Remember, the WTO wants Dr. Nassif alive so that she can be questioned.
Okay. Oh shit. Yep.
The WTO should crack down on these Templars.
Okay. Crazy lady. Let's see. But yeah, you should follow him out. Pretty fun streamer. Even though his choice of games isn't particularly to my unique needs or tastes, rather. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Oh, the game kind of like got a bit dark. Huh? Why is the game so dark? Oh well. Oh, shit. There we go. But no, seriously, the game got very, very dark for some reason. Is it always like this? I mean, I'm sure I raised the gamma. Doesn't seem to be doing much though. Let me try and like save and load again. See if that fixes it. As I'm actually having trouble seeing what I'm doing in the game at the moment. Because I've also got like 2 studio lights in my face. Oh, okay, this is like way too bright. Just like turn this off. So apparently, as far as I can see from the preview, it kind of does the changes on my screen but not on stream. Kind of sucks. Let me just like turn this on so that people can see what I'm actually doing. It's like a lot brighter in my... Oh, come on. It's like a lot brighter in my on my end of it. Let's see, conference room. Like anyone to kill in here? Hello? It's like this guy. So the idea with this place, it's a corporate HQ for a puzzle core, which we have heard mentioned a few times already. They're the people that fund Tarsus, and turns out that they're actually, I guess, kind of sort of like good guys.
Who are you?
I'm the security chief for this facility. We were alerted to your presence shortly after your arrival in Cairo.
How did you survive the raid?
Let's just say I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Kind of like you do.
So you're modified.
Yep, some of the best new tech. Probably even some stuff you don't have yet. Then again, maybe you don't need it.
He's like an old school biomechanically augmented person. Yeah. And sadly, he's one of the guys we need to kill. There we go. Thank you. He's like he's for a quest. And like I said, if this was the original Deus Ex, I would maybe have thought twice about killing someone like that in cold blood. But again, in this game, it doesn't really matter. Because the game never quite acknowledges your actions in the same way that the original did. Like there's like a very famous example for the first one. And maybe I will re-stream it one day so I can just like talk about it because it's a very interesting game to have discussions on. But there's like a very famous example from the very first Deus Ex in the first like area. Let's see. Did he see me? Nope. No, you won't. So in the very first area of the game, which is kind of like the Statue of Liberty, if memory serves, there is your organization's base right after you're done with your very first mission. And one of the rooms that you can kind of explore, because they tried in some ways to make it seem a bit believable, is the restrooms. And like most buildings ever made, there are restrooms for men and women. If you go into the ladies' room, and this was kind of like a unique thing for the time, the game actually called you out on it. So you would go into the ladies' room, and when you went to get your debriefing from your commanding officer, I guess, he would have like an extra line at the end. I was kind of and please, if you don't mind, just don't go into the ladies' room, because it's it's not appropriate, dude. There were actually a lot of small, I guess, damage. We don't actually need damage, do we, for the tranquilizer? Or like fragmentary? I think refire rate might be better because it's like faster to fire stuff. But yeah, anyway. So the game would actually call you out on it and reference stuff like that. And one of the things that made the original Deus Ex so great, it was that it had a ton of those interactions in it. It's level 3. Oh yeah, you can start installing this and upgrade. Cool. So, for example, there is a mission around... this is kind of like a spoiler, though, so tune out if you don't want to hear spoilers for like a 21-year-old game. 20-year-old game, I think, at this point. But there is actually a mission about a third of the way into the original Deus Ex, where you are asked to go assassinate... it's kind of hard to explain who you're actually asked to assassinate, because it's so complex. But anyway, you get to assassinate one of let's see, okay. You're asked to assassinate one of what you think are the major antagonists in the game at the time, which is, if memory serves, his name is kind of like Juan Lebedev or something like that. Let me just get this guy out of the way. Just hack him from a safe distance. And so the options that are presented to you in that assassination, when you actually find the guy in a separate room in the level, it's to either kill him or let one of your other colleagues kill him and get called out on it, that you're getting cold feet and you're not actually cut out to be a member of that organization. However, for a person that has a bit of more lateral thinking, there is a hidden third option, which is to kill your former colleague before he can assassinate the target. And let me just take a moment and explain how insane this was back in like 2000, that there were so many different options. What the hell? Okay, well, this is new. Okay, the flying Bunsen burner. Oh shit! Nope, no target acquired. I'm not here. Shoo. Oh wait, I have an augmentation for that now. I'm stealthy, I'm invisible. And I can now hack you and run away. And turn it off. Haha. But yeah, it was insane to have that kind of option in a game and not have the game like explain to you that you could actually do that. Mechadogo didn't suspect a thing. Yep. So augmentation number 4, the one I just installed, this one here, is called thermal masking, which provides near invisibility to bots and mechanical units. Aha. Like it's not that good in most occasions where there's more than one bot at an area, but in this case where I just need to sneak up into it for 2 seconds, place the hack, and then just run away, it's amazing. Let's see. I think I can actually like explode this rather than try and waste my multi-tools. But it was so unique at the time that you could actually do stuff that the game didn't really explicitly come out and tell you that you could do. Because no one in the game ever draws attention to, hey, maybe you want to kill your former coworker instead. But that's legitimately actually a thing that you could do if you wanted to. And it's not just that one specific set piece that does this. There's a point where you can actually save someone from a raid. And the way you do that is you just stay back in the raid area and kill everyone before they can attack him. So you had like a game that kind of took the rules of, gameplay and... Wait, inventory is full? I only have 5. What? Oh, I know. I know why. Let me see. I think it's probably got like a different item ID. Yep. See, so it goes in a different slot for some reason. I can just like use it here to also get the grenade. Ah. Wait, spider bomb? No, that's not what I wanted. Damn it! Just like throw it. We don't care about the spider bomb. But yeah, it was like I think there's at least 3 or 4 different occasions where your actions, which the game doesn't tell you are available, can actually alter the game in a significant way. So killing that person, her name is Anna Navarre, and she's like the kind of like crazy bloodlust thirsty, I guess, colleague of yours in the original Deus Ex. You can actually kill her before she assassinates Lebedev. The game doesn't tell you, and the game acknowledges it. You get added dialogue, you get a different, like, okay, it doesn't really change anything mechanically in the game, because eventually you still go through the same motions and the same story beats, I guess, as you did if you hadn't killed her. But it does acknowledge it, and it does change stuff in the game later on. Like there's interactions that you won't get to see because you killed her. And like with today's games that kind of maybe is a bit more, not as impressive. But back then, everyone lost their shit over it. It was like kind of how you get what would you call them, water cooler moments, I guess, where you kind of discuss favorite tactics and strategies and like little hidden secrets before the time where you could just go on a wiki and find everything out. It's kind of like that. There was a lot of discussion about, oh my god, check out this cool thing that you can do in Deus Ex. You can actually kill her so she doesn't assassinate Lebedev. Or like save Paul from the raid in Hell's Kitchen. Or so many other things. There's so much stuff that... I'm not.
Chief Morgan's orders. Start the interrogation.
I'm not actually attacking here. So yeah, this is kind of like dialogue that doesn't really matter in the end of the day. So the idea here is that Apostle Core is kind of maybe involved in illegal genetic modification, and maybe possibly we are kind of like a product of that. If the reusable bio-augmentations weren't too much of a tip-off already. Can see some credits and ammunition in there, but I don't want to waste 2 multi-tools to get it. If I had an explosive here, I would maybe have blown up the door, but I don't seem to have those either, which kind of sucks. I don't think you can do it with the energy blade, although you should realistically be able to slash it. Kind of sucks. But yeah, here I am playing like Invisible War and actually talking about the first game again. I wonder why that is. See, the problem with Invisible War isn't that it's a bad game. It's more that it has so little to say overall. Remember that I said that a lot of the stuff that you do in the game kind of feel inconsequential? That's generally a good descriptor for all of the game. Let's see, Trace and Tongue in Trier. So yeah, we're more or less done with what's it called? We're more or less done with the main stuff here, so I'm just gonna spend like maybe half an hour doing all the side quests here. Let's see. Come on. Up we go. Thank you. But you know, it's a competent game. That's the best I can say about Invisible War. Wait, did I just circle back? Oh, I circled back. Okay. Whoops. So much for my speedrunning strats. I was meant to go this way. Ah. But yeah, like I said, it's a competent game. It's maybe not memorable enough to be a Deus Ex game. And it's definitely not a complex enough game to be a Deus Ex game. Which I think is probably what, for lack of a better word, pissed off a lot of people back when it came out. It's by no means an awful game. That's what I'm trying to say. It's decent. It's good for like at least one playthrough. It does have some interesting things, especially the whole way that you can hot swap your modifications depending on what you need to do. And kind of like has a unified currency for that even. But yeah, it certainly isn't no Deus Ex, if I may be colloquial about it. A lot of this stuff might have actually been better if they tried to scale it down a bit more. If they gave you less decisions and actually made them matter. Let's see. Quickwags or Pequods? Who do we want? Who do we want to promote here? Quickwag or Pequod? They are two rival coffee houses. I don't particularly care, and it, as with a lot of things that I've mentioned already, it doesn't really matter by the end of the game. But I'm actually like open to suggestions on this. Just gonna wait for a moment, just in case anyone is around to answer this. And then I'm just gonna pick one at random. In the meantime, I have an item on my wish list on sale. Huh. Call of Cthulhu, really? I've actually been meaning to try that one, but I found out that the ending is a bit crappy, so that's kind of one of my more disliked stuff in games, like spend an entire game and then the ending is kind of crap. It immediately ruins your experience. Okay, well, we don't have any takers on that, so I'm gonna go with Quickwag's because it sounds a bit funnier. Yep, there we go.
All of Chicago gone.
I know it's scary, but don't worry, they'll find the terrorists.
And we'll be safe in the archaeology. Yeah, yeah.
Let's do security drills at the academy.
Hi.
Wait. Oh, never mind. There's like a staircase here. Ish. Okay, get more of these. Oh, speaking of which, okay, like humming of which, I guess. One of the other things I never really liked about Invisible War is that it doesn't really have any decent, memorable music like the original did. Like, I think at this moment in time, the original is one of the more heavily remixed games on OC Remix, and honestly, with good reason. See the composer for the original Deus Ex, which is also kind of the composer for Unreal Tournament, by the way, and a bunch of other stuff that you may remember, like Just Jackrabbit or, well, a lot of Epic's earlier work. It's a guy called Alexander Brandon, and he has a very unique take on electronic music. He's probably from all the composers I can think of, he's probably the one that gets the whole like sound of cyberpunk as much as he does. I don't know. He's like very, very good at giving kind of like a, I don't know, I want to say dystopian electro vibe to it, I guess. It's kind of weird, but go and go on YouTube and check any of his work in like the original Deus Ex or what else did he work on? Unreal Tournament. Like the music for Facing Worlds, for example, was amazing. Or the One Chai District from Deus Ex, or anything that he did on Just Jackrabbit, which is kind of like more upbeat, I guess, but you know, still. He's like very good with electronic music, and he did the entire soundtrack of the original Deus Ex. I think it's like collaboration with someone else, which I'm not actually sure about that, to be honest. But you know, and then you come to like Invisible War that doesn't really have that. They instead kind of opted to go for a few more orchestral pieces, and even then, I don't know. Even then, it's not really that many. Anyway, so it's kind of disappointing in that regard. Like generally, it's kind of like they, I don't know if you call it an experimentation, but they did try to do a lot of things differently, and it really didn't pay out for them that well. Hi. There's like a guard here, right? Restricted. Templar. Access only. Let's see. What are those pesky Templars? It's like two there. It's like one over there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You know, I actually think I can sort of play around here a bit. Let's see. It's like that guy over there is gonna see me. So let's see. I think that I can actually hack the bot so that it does my job for me. However, to do that, I first of all need to come through here and kind of hope that no one sees me. Wait for this guy to turn around. Come on. Oh, this lady to turn around, never mind. Turn around. And now give her a friendly tap on the head. Oh shit. Well, that sucks. Wait, the panel isn't up here? What?
Lieutenant, here is the soft key to the storage room at the back of the hangar. I need you to remove
No, we came to the wrong place. Reload. I wonder what the terminal was for the robot, because I'm almost certain there is one. Oh, dumb. Dumb. Hi. Bye. Nope. Where's the panel? Where's the panel? No. Is there no panel? Really? Was almost sure there was one. I mean, maybe there isn't one. I'm almost dead, by the way. Hi. Yep. So if there isn't one, why was I almost sure that there was one? Like, at least even for the turrets? That sucks. Bye. Actually, so fully upbeat for someone that murders people for a living.
What's that?
Nothing. No one's here.
Well, it's all clear now.
Ignore the cart. Ignore the self-moving cart. There's no one behind it. Kind of feels.
Assessing damage.
If I end up finding a terminal now, I'm gonna be very annoyed. Like, seriously, there should be a terminal around here for the bot. At least for the camera. Ah! I don't like being messy when I play these games. Kind of takes away from the general feel of being a genetically enhanced operative, I guess.
Lieutenant, here is the soft key to the storage room at the back of the hangar. I need you to remove the Plague 11 files, the ones related to the cure, and bring them to me at the VIP overlooking Flight Bay 23. Meanwhile, here is the key to the suite on 108. It's time. Shut Apostle Core down, but do it quietly.
Unbelievable. The chairman himself is a Templar. Maybe you should locate the files he was talking about and confront him in the hangar bay.
Oh no. I'm not a very confrontational kind of person. What will I do? Okay, so we got the Omar things. We go just get this. Oh, I remember. This is... I think by destroying this, it kind of like clears out. I don't remember. Or not. Yep. So yes, I guess there isn't actually any control panel for these bots. That sucks. Boo. So let's see, bait 23 is this way. Where's the chairman? Hello. Thank you. So yeah, it's like kind of like a thing that was originally in the first Deus Ex. You had these bots. They kind of like kept the same convention with them, I guess. So yellow ones replenish your energy, and the white ones, the med bots, replenish your health. I don't think there's any particularly good reason to have kept the same coloring conventions, but you know, like we discussed, there's a lot of things that the sequel does that I don't really get.
Is something wrong? Yeah. What do you mean? What do you? I have. The temple.
Sorry. Thanks for checking into all that. You're on your own now. SSC at your service.
Hey.
Okay, so what do we have from main quests? Find Tracer Tongue in Trier, hire a pilot at Pequods, see the manager in the Medina to collect your reward. Play by 23, VIP Overlook. Reprogram the nanoformer bots, harvest, talk to the harvester, find Mina Amir, report NG resonance, go to the Omar. Wait, I actually completed this one. Why isn't she?
I can't wait to file this report.
Oh, come on. I actually finished this. Why? Oh, because I didn't... Oh, yeah, I didn't speak with her before doing it. So, okay, this is like a kind of like new bug for me here. Also, the VIP overlook is up there, right? How do we get up there anyway? Is it like a ladder? No. Huh. Oh, I know. Hold on. It's like through here, right? So yeah, this was kind of unfortunately a thing that the games of that time did. They kind of didn't spawn mission critical NPCs until the mission needed them. So this guy wasn't here before. And now he suddenly is, for whatever reason.
I turned up evidence that you've been.
That's a pretty.
I watched. What do you mean?
How much?
The cost of.
Here you go.
I'd like to.
For your.
It could hard.
That's easy. Step over to one of the flight bay windows. Look at that wasteland. Imagine if you were responsible.
Haha. So yeah, we kind of blackmailed him, and now I'm gonna turn him in as well. This is what I call the twofer of RPG games. Do both outcomes to get maximum yield on rewards. Which kind of makes me sound like a very horrible person, but you know.
She's an impressionable little thing. You'll get your endorsement.
And this was kind of always the problem with these games. You can very easily demolish them just by trying to do every outcome to any quest. Because these games by design have to be balanced around the player only choosing one of the possible outcomes for any given quest. So if you end up stopping just shy of completing it and going back and doing all the other optional like routes, it kind of... Whoa. Disconnected? Really? Oh, okay. My chatter's disconnected for some reason. Am I still live? I should be. Huh. That was weird. But yeah, like as I was saying, because this game is kind of like built around, you know,
Just let me.
I hate to put.
yeah, sorry, you suck. Hi, I have something to report. Aha.
You registered to thanks. Your input. You start. Have anything else for me?
I'm showing another entry for Alex.
What for?
You're listed as the investigator who opened
I investigated the school, but
the Knights Templar have found recruits in strange places.
and mine too.
The WTO's security procedures are spelled out in the charter in case you...
Okay.
Hi, I'm NG resident.
You might like to know that your
Oh?
endorsements for a particular brand.
Very interesting, Alex. Thank you. I'm so glad
Thanks. What do you go?
Oh, tra-la-la-la-la. I think I'll fire the bitch right now.
Hmm.
One of my favorite bands, Alex.
Yep.
I'm ready to listen anytime you have...
I'm like very much a double dealing asshole here. Let's see. I don't actually need to go back to the academy, but I do need to go back to Medina. I also need to go use the bots here, apparently. Which is the one and only order side quest that I always end up doing.
Sorry, this isn't Pequod's. That's on 107. This is the nano. You know, we keep this guy's friendly. Some people in the Medina think that these are just for show, but I know. I work here. The counter agent gets encoded at that computer terminal over there.
Fantastic. The nanoformers will begin cleaning up the pollution in the Medina right away. The air should be safe within 24 hours.
Turn around. Come on. Yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna bother with this at the moment. It's a weapon modification, but I think I have at least one of every, so I don't really need to get that. Cause let's be honest, I'm not particularly gonna pick up much more in the way of weapons. I've got the pistol, I've got the sniper rifle, I've got the sword for breaking open things. So I think that's more or less it. But yeah, we are doing maximum yields on all the quests. Let's see. Need to talk to Quickwags. I need to talk to the Harvester. I need to talk to the Omar. Let's see who's closest. Hold on. And actually, I can actually leave through this place once I'm done. So that's fine as well, I guess. Let's see, Medina Apartments. Because we still get to use Ava, I think. Ava? Yeah, Ava. But yeah, as I was saying, like the game is kind of like all of these Deus Ex, System Shock, whatever you call them. All of these games are kind of balanced around the player taking one of the many paths that are available through a level.
No thanks.
But the thing is that because they are only balanced for one path, if you go back and start doing other paths before you end a level, you get like twice or 3 or 4 times the amount of rewards that you were actually going to get otherwise. Like, for example, if you want to sneak through a specific location, you get some stuff in the vents. But if you actually go and hack the turrets in some other place, you get some other stuff. But what if you do both? The game doesn't, like... Wait, what? What? Why is this guy attacking me? Oh! Oh! I just realized. This is because I tried to sneak into his room before, isn't it? It kind of like made him permanently permanently hostile to me, didn't it? Oh. Okay, that was kind of unexpected. See, if you remember, like maybe 30 or 45 minutes ago, I kind of tried to go into event to see what was in there. And we ended up getting into the Harvester's room by accident. And even worse, the camera kind of saw me. Oh, yeah, that sucks. It's like this through here. So I can't actually complete the quest now, can I? Whoops. So let's see. He's still indeed very much hostile. Yes. Is the harvester himself also hostile? Yep. Yes, he is. Great. So that's one side quest that I'm not going to be able to ever finish. Now I think Mina might be in the mosque. So I'm just going to like try that once just to turn in the side quest. Well, I should have remembered that. I should have remembered that. I didn't. Yeah. Weapons free zone, so on and so forth. Everything locked. Just go speak with Mina. And steal everyone's money. Don't you wish you had your weapons to shoot the very obvious thief? Let's see.
It is a judgment on us.
Yeah.
Someone in archaeology started that rumor so that we blame ourselves.
I'm here to see a doctor and nobody else. Don't bother me about my beliefs.
In
Hi.
your time of need, consider PiezoChem MedBot. PiezoChem, there for life.
Maybe if they knew that I'm sick, they'd let me.
There we go.
I don't know what ever since Nina, your daughter, Nina. Thanks. Just get some
Yay.
You look fine to me.
anything as visit that.
Just take.
Cool. So that should be a lot better now. Oh, also, yeah, I kind of forgot there's like a way to get under the staircase there. Let's see. It's like through here. Huh. Oh yeah, I don't actually have any weapons, do I? Whoops. Well, should have seen that coming. Just like pick this up. So there's this weird issue with the game that I didn't remember was an issue. Sometimes the multi-tools that you pick up, I think probably have a different like item ID than they should. So the game doesn't really think that they're the same item, so it won't stack them properly. So you'll see in my like on my left hand HUD list, there's a multi-tools, okay, in the middle of nowhere for some reason. You will see that in like the left hand side of the HUD that I have two different slots with the same multi-tool, one with 8 and one with 1. And 8 and 3 actually, never mind. So the two I picked in the middle of the archaeology were also in the middle of the mosque were also considered to be a different number ID as well. So yeah, I think it's kind of like a bit of a snafu with the coding in the game, kind of like made the specific items to be registered, and like the game thinks that they are different items, while they're not, clearly. Okay, this is to the archaeology. Just like pick some more stuff. So if I were to be doing the orders, like quests, this is where I would have met Billy, which is one of our old classmates from Tarsus. Let's see, leader of the Apostle Corps cell in Trier. Okay, hire a pilot at Pequod's. Oh yeah, see the manager at Quickweg's. That's right. We don't care about the harvester anymore because he's hostile to us. Whoops. But I can basically go to Quickweg's, get my reward, and too far away. Go to Quickweg's, get my reward, and then talk to Ava and go to Trier. Which I think puts me at around the 50 or 60% point of the game. Trier is like the third hub area of the game, and then I think you return to Seattle and the Cairo archaeology for like a quick pass through, and after that it's just 2 more areas and the game ends. So I don't know. I'm not actually too sure of how many hours I have left. It's probably at least 1 more stream's worth, but not likely to be more than that. So yeah, if I do actually manage to stream tomorrow, then I'm done with the game. And I have to decide on something else to stream on Monday, assuming I have the mental capacity to stream on Monday. Can get frag rounds. Cool. There we go. Collect reward. And we're done with Cairo. Thankfully, the game kind of clears your quest log once you're done with an area, so I don't have to worry about those quests getting stuck in my quest log like forever. So yeah, that's a good thing. Also, welcome to Trier, Germany. This is where all the plot twists are bound to happen. There's like the reveal that WTO and the Order are kind of the same underlying organism, which is kind of like what's it called? I think it's the Illuminati. Also, this is kind of a nice throwback to the first game. There's like a lot of other things. So let's see.
Sorry, no access is something.
This area is called the Black Gate, and that's gonna be for later on in the game.
This is SSC headquarters for Trier.
Yep. Just like, oh, actually no, I don't actually want to go there yet. Let me try and remember what needs doing here. Tracer Tongue, 9 Worlds Tavern. Yep. Which is, I think, not this one. It's like Quickwigs. Wait, Quickwigs was like a separate area? Wow. Okay. Haha. I'm going to hack your money. Soon. Come on. Thank you. I think I'm actually at the point of the game where it doesn't really even matter anymore if I even try to like get money. Yep. Now, people that have played the first game might remember this guy's name. Yeah. It's kind of like the first clue that something isn't quite right with the WTO, because this guy, what's his name? Dumier or something like that. He used to be a revolutionary in the previous game. In this one, for whatever reason, he has joined with... He's actually the chairman of the WTO. And you kind of like get warned off that sewer grate there, because that's where the end part of Trier kind of happens. So I can't actually break this because that will aggro.
You should never have jammed those actuators at Panzerbugs and stolen that ship to the welders. Now you would pay.
I keep telling you, we stole nothing.
How stupid do you think we are? Every day we hear the order accuse Panzerbugs of poisoning the river.
We never stole from you. We only employed the necessary tactics to stop you from harming the natural order.
What do you want?
What's going on?
Yeah.
What?
Blah, blah, blah.
If I
But he is lucky to get lost.
I'm glad we found an agreeable solution.
I just basically bribe them to not beat you up. Is that what you'd call an agreeable solution? Jerk. Ooh. So, yeah. I don't know how this game managed to have such a complicated story that was also so wholly uninteresting to get through.
Mr. Dumier will remain in the protected compartment for his own.
So yeah, we kind of have to go talk to Charles. Where was it? But you know, not before looting everything that we can loot.
None of that.
What do you mean none of that? I'm the protagonist. I'm allowed to steal everything and anything that I can get my hands on. So let's see. We can also hack this to unlock the door. And also I think to deactivate the turret. Let's see. Cool. Now I think I can do this. Lovely. That's like a major benefit of the what's it called? It's a major benefit of the glass destabilizer mod is that it will not trigger any alarms. However, if the turret actually does see you do it, it's gonna be it's gonna activate. But that's fine because we don't really care about that anymore. I did hack/disable the cameras and the turrets. Kind of like turned it into friendly, so it won't bother us anyway. So I'm gonna drop this, even though I don't want to, and get the scrambler mines, because I'm actually gonna need those later. There is a point in the game, which is that black gate place, where you kind of have to go up against a bunch of bots. So having a few scrambler grenades is really, really good. Even better scrambler mines, because you can kind of like place those in the path of the bot and just let it walk into it and get itself scrambled, so to speak. So what the scrambler grenade does is it allows you to temporarily.
Korea is your home.
Yep.
Surely you must have some insight into why they would kidnap your lady, Her Holiness. She is practically a patron saint in this district.
Blah blah blah.
Indeed, the people here are very devout.
Was it the strikers, the Panzer Works unit?
So this guy's like the second in command of the order. Whoa! Jungle! Oh my god, I just had a heart attack. Jungle Robot, thank you for the subscription. 6 months in a row too. Wow. Whew. Let me just like catch my breath here for a moment. I was just like paying attention to the game. Just like I really need to like lower the volume of those alerts.
I appreciate your candor, Lumina. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Yeah, yeah.
Alex, let's talk.
Pay to win, jump scares, yeah. Yeah. I'm like, ah. Whew. So, what was I saying? Yeah, that guy is the second in command of the order. And this is about the place where you are more or less told that the order and the WTO are kind of like two of the same organization.
I've been following the Apostle Corps.
Anything I can do to help?
You came to Trier looking for a certain Apostle Corps official.
I understand.
If anything happens to Her Holiness, I don't want to imagine. I just want to give them all the things that they deserve.
And so let me just like steal everyone's stuff. Oh, be still my beating heart. Well, not still, but you know, slightly calmer at the very least. So how are we doing tonight, Jungle Roba? How's it going? Oh wow, it's like look at it. My hands are actually like slightly trembling. You got me good. Whew. So I believe that with this we are already hold on, it's like with this we're now maxed on everything. Let's see, level 3, level 3, level 3, level 3, level 3, fine. Hey, looking for an apartment, nice. Hope your like move goes as painlessly as possible. Shotgun? Yeah, I don't care about that. Let's go. Yeah, this is like it's funny that you mention it because I'm actually going to be moving at the end of the month as well. We kind of like signed the lease for a new place, which I will admit is slightly less well kept than this place. However, it's not an apartment, it's a ground floor house. It has a garden and it's got parking spots for both me and the missus. So that's like a major what's it called? That's like a major consideration for us. Oh, he had it a bit more difficult with a pet. Yeah, I mean, pets are always kind of like trickier to get apartments with, especially if you get to like all the weird landlords that don't really want pets in their places. It's like a oops, kind of got hit there. Why? So I just killed this guy's pet, by the way. But yeah, I'm actually also going to be moving at the end of the month. It's kind of annoying because I have like a bunch of things that I need to do beforehand. Least of all being packing and stuff. To be honest, I'm more worried about getting everything in order in this place before moving out. Like utility bills and so on and so forth. Hi, I have something to tell you. There we go. Coffee Wars. I mentioned this last time, but this was the this was the part of the game where you find out that both Pequods and Quickweggs are actually run by the same persons, and you have a chance of getting this guy to act on it. I don't remember if that kind of like plays out much. I don't think it's even referenced later on in the game, which kind of ties into what I was saying about stuff not really mattering in these games. Be my first move. Ooh, nice. I mean, the first one is probably also always going to be like the most memorable, if only because you generally don't have the... I don't want to say the experience, but you don't have like the you haven't gone through the whole process at all. So it's like I remember when I had my first move, I had to like figure out that I actually needed to get utility bills under my name. I needed to get like a bunch of furniture that I didn't actually remember that I needed before moving in. There's like so much stuff, and
Your business is with I provide.
Yeah, he told me where to.
Black market biomods. Can also get the multi-tools, thank you. Yay. Got like 16 of them. I must be doing something right. But it's like I guarantee that if it's your first move, then at the very least you're gonna have like a bunch of stuff that you don't really think about. Well, no, it can't actually get into becoming a routine unless you're doing things like very wrong or there's like some very, very weird circumstances with what you're doing. But there can be such a time that you get used to moving. There was like a time in my life, like when I was living with my parents, that we actually had to move a whole bunch. Like I'm talking like every 2 or 3 years because of various stuff. So at some point you just like get a little like mental checklist in your head that you kind of like know what needs doing, if that makes any sense. So maybe not a routine, but it can get to a point where you have like a better understanding on like stuff to pay attention to. If that makes any sense. I'm also in this person's office, stealing stuff. Cool. I'm the protagonist. I'm a hero. Stealing everyone's shit. Okay. Yeah. So this guy is Tracer Tong. He is a major player from the first game, for those of you that have played it. In this one, he's nothing more than just like a one-off cameo, maybe exposition encounter-ish. It's not particularly memorable, his role in all of this. He's just like the guy you go to get a key for the Black Gate, and that's it. You maybe hear from him on, I guess, a couple of audio logs, not audio logs, what you call them, like infolink, I think it's called in this game, infolink broadcasts. But then he just kind of like disappears. But he is one of the major players of the first Deus Ex. Oh my god. Yeah, but I already talked to you. How? Yeah, never mind. So I guess this game isn't as good at keeping track of who I've spoken with, like the previous ones did. Whoops. Oh boy. But yeah, personally, a few things that, if I may, like offer a few insights on stuff to look out for. Always check the plumbing first of all, because if that goes wrong and it's something that you
Here's a key to the gate in the courtyard.
and if it's like something that you haven't picked up on before moving in, it's gonna inconvenience you a whole bunch. It's a lot easier to fix the plumbing for a place when there's no one living there. So for sure, plumbing is the number one thing that you need to check, and the electric stuff is second. Yeah, I don't know. Just like I guess taking measurements of all the areas might be a good idea to know what of your like furniture might fit or not. There's like a bunch of stuff that you could possibly be doing, and I'm honestly trying to think for myself because I'm gonna have to go through it as well. Generally, if you don't have a lot of stuff, that won't be a problem. But if you do, investing in a good system of like categorizing, like time-wise, is probably a good idea.
Hang on, I can take it.
The Templar here. Oh no. Nope, Templar bot, never mind. Like for example, like getting cardboard boxes that you can label is always a big plus, because there's always going to be stuff that you're kind of losing all over the place, no matter how organized you may be. You will still find that like some stuff you might not be able to easily locate. I assume that you don't have any cutlery since this is your like first move. Like you don't own any cutlery yourself. I don't know. I mean, like I'm just like, and apologies. It's like I'm not like trying to offend or anything. So let me just like load. Just kind of having a hard time focusing on the game, the chat, and the mental checklist at the same time. But yeah, anyway, cutlery might be a good first thing to get. Just like get plastic ones to get you started with. That's always good for a move, so you don't have to worry about like cleaning stuff. Don't aggro. Don't aggro. Come on, move. Don't. Is she an idiot?
Someone lit a sparkler. Damn.
Wait a minute. You actually need like 3 EMPs to kill this thing? Wow. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm actually using my augmentation, because I'm clever like that. It only took me 2 reloads to remember that I have an augmentation that makes me stealth. Oh, yeah, that's right. People also get like emotes in chat when someone subscribes. So yeah, thank you, Jungle Roba, for all the free emotes for I think it's like Valentine's Day thing, probably something like love something. I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, those. Like people seem to be really fond of them. Stream Love, yeah, that's the one. I think we had like Posh Hamster before that also has a few of those. Okay, let's see. F4. I'm invisible. Ha 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 ha. Can't see me, but I can hug you. Hehehehe. Lovely. Yeah, you do seem to enjoy that one. Have a very pleasant evening, Loktra. You will see me next week. Tomorrow is my last. It is like the final lecture. So we'll see you from Monday. Exams, I have no idea. I still haven't booked those, and work hasn't actually paid for those yet. So I need to get my manager's approval before I can confirm attending those. But the good thing is that they have them weekly. So, bye. We have them weekly. They have them weekly, so I can more or less schedule them at my convenience. And like I do also get a certificate for it, so that's fine either way. But yeah, I don't actually know when the exams are gonna be yet. The guy at the courses kind of like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna forget them. I'm already starting to use them at work, so definitely not the case that I'm like gonna like sit on all the stuff I've been learning. So this is kind of like a nice like something I might want to let people know about. Oh, sorry. Oh shit! Why is my frame rate so low? It's kind of weird. Let me just like save and load, see where that takes me. Yeah, for those of you that I may have not mentioned it yet, probably in chat, Microsoft exams are shit. Yeah, I know. The instructor actually kind of like gave us a few examples of the records, which he said he wasn't actually supposed to, because they don't allow. Microsoft doesn't allow them to share exams, like exam papers with like previous ones. But we did get a few examples. It doesn't seem like something that's too bad. But like, keep in mind that this is like part 1 of a 2-part course. So eventually I will be requesting to attend the second part as well for the actual administration stuff. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, I've been... There we go. Ha ha ha. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm actually attending courses for SQL, certified Windows 10. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I'm actually attending SQL courses for database administration, which is kind of something that I've been chasing my bosses at work to allow me to do for like years now. And they finally realized how much money they could actually be saving by getting me certified and, you know, up to speed. Which is not to say that I'm like learning new stuff, because this is actually part of what I went to uni for. Boom. Boom. But it's certainly like a good refresher course so far. I mean, it hasn't been that hard, to be honest, thankfully. But yeah, it's like mostly querying stuff for now, and like maybe some of the more advanced like indexing and windowing functions and so on and so forth. But yeah, tomorrow is my final class, which kind of means that I can finally work every day of the week, which sounds like a stupid thing to say, but it kind of means that I'm not going to be coming back to my PC on Monday to get like 200 pending emails that I need to go through before work. So yeah, that's kind of like, I think I'm actually legitimately looking forward to getting done with the courses. Plus, you know, it's actually been giving me the chance to go into the back end and fix stuff that I like for the last 4 years I haven't been allowed to mess with. Ooh, it's like a turret here. Why is there a turret here? That's a big no-no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Reload. Hey, have a very pleasant evening, Leoctra, and thanks for dropping by. And people should go follow Leoctra. I think I did a shout out already. I'm kind of worried if I alt tab again, the game's gonna have issues, like more issues. So I am not going to do that. Just gonna like hide here till the camera turns around. I'm kind of worried that there's like a Templar in one of these crevices. No, not this one maybe, but maybe the other one. So I'm just gonna like try and do it like this. And hack. Hi, that's me. Bye. But yeah, it's actually very exciting for me because... Wait, what? Did someone see me? Or is it like the SSC guard? Huh. Hi. Free stuff in the trash. Doesn't that sound fun? But anyway, actually going on these courses has given me some... I hate to say it like this, but it's actually given some legitimacy to all of my requests towards management, which I hate that it's actually a thing that happens, that they need me to attend a course to trust me on like the stuff I've been doing for the last 4 years. But it's like it's given me a lot of freedom to actually do my job in a more efficient manner. Because like up until now, I had to go through a very badly designed front end piece of software, which, let me just add, is not at all suited for the work that we do. Oh shit. It's like another one of there. Oh, yeah. Why isn't it dead? Oh, is it one of the red ones? Yeah, it's one of the red ones, so it has like a... No? Green? Okay. So why wasn't it dying? I mean, I know I did a headshot. It's kind of weird. Ooh, hello. Hi. See? This one died as it was meant to. Oh, never mind. This takes me back to Trier Streets. So this whole area was kind of like a waste. Sucks. But yeah, we had to do a bunch of work through a very badly designed front end piece of software, which honestly, the way it's written, I hate it. I hate how it works. I hate how it's structured. I hate how it doesn't follow the logic of the environment that it's supposed to work in. Because, okay, it's functional, but it's been built by people that don't understand the market they are selling it to. And that's a huge problem when you're actually like caring to be efficient about it. As it were, up until now, we were wasting a lot of time trying to figure things out, like how to do stuff that a simple query in SQL might have solved, like that. And I only just like managed to get them to install SQL Server management software on my PC like yesterday. And in that one day, I felt more productive than I had felt like the entire 4 years that I've been there. It's like insanely easy to just like go on the backend and just do all the required changes immediately without having to struggle with what I said is like a very badly written for the environment that it's been used for front end. Like as a software itself, it's kind of like it's like competent. But the problem is that it doesn't really take into account the unique requirements that like corporate environments often require. So it kind of like becomes this thing that, well, it is more of a hindrance than like an actual tool that you get to use. Which kind of sucks. I mean, it's like a perfectly serviceable tool, but again, it's not designed. It's like it doesn't really cover all the needs that our environment requires, which is kind of like why I've been pushing so much to get access and to, you know, be allowed to do my job as needed. Also, kind of curious. What am I missing here? Is there like a... Huh. I remember it was like kind of like a hidden lab at some place. Like underground maybe. I don't really remember. I think, you know, I've actually been having a lot of fun. There's like, it's also kind of like the feeling that I'm actually doing the stuff that I like educated myself into, which is so good. Like, imagine studying like computer science and programming and stuff like that, and ending up just doing like data entry for like 3 or 4 years, and even before that, like it was like a time, like the first couple of years of my work life, I kind of worked in like a cheese packing factory, which has nothing to do with what I like saw myself doing when I was that age. But yeah, it actually feels really good to, you know, put into action what like I've been taught to do. That makes any sense. Seriously, where the hell do we need to go from here? Huh. Wait, SSC guard is dead? Oh, it's not the same one. Whoops.
Maybe Panzerwerks mechs aren't all they're cracked up to be. Now I can breathe a little easier.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure there was like a... Oh, a keypad hidden behind some crates can be used to... Really? Really? Have to go around looking for crates. What if I moved the crates? What happens then? Hmm. See. Mm-hmm. Nope. Like, I do remember it was some... I don't know. Maybe it wasn't underground. It was like kind of like side... into the side of a wall or something. Oof. Yep. Kind of ran out of people to kill too, which sucks. Was here? No, it wasn't here. Oh. Ah, there we go. Yay, find the lab entrance. So this is the bit with all the mechs that I kind of needed the scramble grenades for. So I don't remember I finished explaining what the scramble grenades do. They basically force the bot that they hit or the turret to change allegiances for like a minute or two. So it will actually attack its allies instead of me. There you go. Yep. Another casualty. And another one. They're so clever, aren't they? It's like running in one by one, getting sniped. That's like early 2000s AI for you. Also, since I don't actually have to worry about civilians in here, there's like this very easy thing that you can do is like come here, hack the turrets and make them all allied to you. There we go. Turn on. Allied turret, turn on. Now they're gonna have fun. Fun. Although I actually think I already killed the two people that were in range of that particular turret. But that's fine. Yeah, I'm sure we can find more people to lure back to there. See, multi-tool credits. Yeah, never mind. That guy's gonna see me. Let's see if there's like another way to flank him. I should just realize that they have an augmentation for that as well. It's like I have an augmentation for this. Oh. I have an augmentation for that. It's kind of like there's an app for that for this game. Just kind of like realized. Ooh. Okay, so we can hack this as well. So, bit of a story recap here. We are looking for a teleporter. In case you forgot what kind of game you were playing, which, well, you wouldn't be... you would be forgiven after all the stuff that they've been asking us to do. I actually need to find a teleporter, and I think it's a teleporter that's supposed to send you to Antarctica, if memory serves. And I think it's like this thing here, which is kind of like a silly plot twist, I guess. We've gone from Deus Ex 1 and the Shit, there's like a robot around here somewhere. Hold on. We've gone through like the first Deus Ex and all the contemporary like conspiracy theory stuff, and now we're actually trying to get a teleporter that will send us to Antarctica in the second game. So maybe things have gone a bit overboard. Or maybe at least they should... Ooh, that's bad. They should have maybe tried to like increase the stakes in a more believable kind of way. Kind of. I mean, I still enjoy this game, to be honest. So, even though it doesn't really live up to its predecessor.
I don't know where she is, but she better show up soon. The facility here is being raided by the Templars. So far, we're holding our own, but I don't know how much longer that will last. This may be my last transmission.
Okay, so I'm kind of curious here. How does Layla Nassif get here to like send this message? Like, because it's supposed that she's in WTO custody, I guess, so like Illuminati custody even. Let's see, is there like any other friendo here that I need to take out? Gate control. Like, I have so many multi-tools now. I literally don't need to care about saving them up anymore, because there's gonna be a bunch that you get just before the finale as well. Oh, hold on.
What was that?
Yep. Who was that? No one. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Pew pew pew. I think like so we hack this, it turns on the teleporter, and I don't remember what happens then. Oh, sorry. It's like turn... No, never mind. So this is not for the teleporter access. So we're trying to find Nicolette in here, right? Yeah. Her Holiness is the leader of the order, which I always thought was kind of like a weird choice. Hey, I'm Morglon. Welcome. How's it going? How are we doing tonight? Yeah, it kind of like tried to simplify things. I mean, that's like what most people actually focus on these games. Kind of like, oh, the ammo system is a good example of everything being dumbed down, but I don't know. It's for me at least. This wasn't particularly the problem. Like, okay, it was nice to have the feeling that you were prepared for everything just by making sure that you had like a bunch of different ammo types. But at the end of the day, it didn't really matter that much. Like, for sure, there was some kinds of ammunition that were better for armored foes, and there were others that were like better for like human enemies. But I don't know. I think what mostly kind of like messed this game up was that all of the choices that you get to do in the game don't ultimately end up like mattering much. Beam triggers online. Give the code. Yep, there we go. I'll probably like break this. Oh, whoops. Just like get a third of my health down from like radiation, really? Wow. Let's see. So I think this guy is gonna go repair the generator, so that's like one thing. Okay, come on. Come on, little guy. No? Really? Ooh, shit. Nope, too close. I actually did think this was like his function here. Come on. Push, 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 push. You never run out. Yeah, I know. It's kind of like the thing I was saying. It wasn't like particularly Blah blah blah. It's kind of like what the thing I was talking about. It was like it was nice to be prepared, like with all the like even if you stealthed in the original, you still had like the advantage of carrying like different dart types for shit. Jesus, why? How and why did I do that? But you like just the different, for example, like tranquilizer darts and stuff like that, and the prod batteries and all that. It still ultimately didn't like really become necessary to carry all of that ammunition, even if you were like all gung ho in and just like shooting everything and everyone. Although I don't know, does that actually ever work in the first game? Just going full aggro on everything. Personally, I feel like it doesn't, but you know, it might. But yeah, anyway, I think what kind of like wrecked this game a bit was how none of the choices that you made actually end up mattering that much. Yeah, that was kind of stupid of me, but whatever. Like you're asked to choose between the WTO and the Order, and that ends up not mattering at all. You get to choose between, I guess, the Omar and the Templars in some cases. That also doesn't really matter, except for like a small cameo by Leo at the end of the game. There's like so much stuff that the game lets you decide on, right? And again, by the end of the game, most of that is kind of invalidated. Oh shit. No. I mean, not that it doesn't matter at all, but they kind of like do that weird thing with like the plot twist that I don't know if I maybe shouldn't spoil it if you haven't played this game. But there's like a plot twist like in the next couple of levels that makes it not matter at all. And I think ultimately this is what kind of soured the whole experience for a lot of people, more than the universal bio mods or having one ammo type for everything, or even I don't know how small the levels are in comparison to 2. So now I need to find Nicolette, but I don't remember where she is. Like down here in maintenance, maybe? No. It's like a... Don't think this is where I need to... Oh, hello. No, it's like the lights. That was gonna be like a secret switch. Haha. I played this game like ages ago. I don't remember anything about where I need to go. Like the first game a lot, but I never felt just run and gun worked well. Yeah, that's what was like my general feeling with the game. I think it gave you like a lot more it gave you a lot more incentive to play it safe and stealthy and, you know, hack and unlock and multi-tool your way through everything. Because aside from the guns not being particularly powerful, like most of them, it was also like the thing that if... Oh, hold on. No. What? No, what did I do? No! No! Close the door, close the door, close the door, close the door. Is this guy hostile? Oh, there we go. Okay. Cool. I thought this guy was gonna go hostile like the one in Deus Ex 1 in Versa Life. Yep. Yeah, yeah. I think I can actually like speak with her. So she's also one of the characters that first appears in the first Deus Ex. She's the daughter of one of the Illuminati leaders in the first game. And her house, I guess, or like rather her mother's house, is one of the major locations that you need to visit in France. And yeah, basically, this is like the dialogue that I just skipped. It tells you that the WTO and the Order are actually working together as parts of the Illuminati in order to like get this whole weird like divide and conquer strategy in. And like I said, this is partially how it kind of like invalidates all of your choices up until now, because in the first two areas, in like Seattle and the Cairo archaeology, you kind of like get this huge push by the game to decide whether you are pro WTO or pro Order, and then you get to Trier and it suddenly doesn't matter anymore because they're both the same thing. Same with like the coffee shop, like Pequods and Quickweggs. That's also like a thing that the game does. It kind of like makes you choose whether to like help the one or the other, and then just as you're finishing with like Trier, it kind of tells you that, hey, by the way, they both are part of the same parent company, so that doesn't matter either. Yeah. And then you get to Antarctica and you get the final objectives, and suddenly nothing that you've done up until that point matters, except maybe how you've treated your like fellow students. Like basically all that your choices amount to is that whether you get to fight Billy, Leo, and Clara at the end of the game as extra enemies, I guess, which kind of sucks. I kind of wish they maybe like cut one of those characters out, maybe cut like an entire faction out and reworked everything to be slightly, you know, more I don't know, less all over the place. I'm not sure what the word for that is. But yeah, it kind of like was in the middle of something here. Sorry. About the whole like gunplay thing. Aside from the fact that you had to like, most of the guns weren't particularly useful or powerful, you also had to spend a lot of points to, you know, level them up to the point that they actually did damage, or like they were accurate enough that could be used like generally. And aside maybe from sniper rifles or like the low-tech stuff for the tranquilizer crossbow, I never felt the need to like. So for those of you that haven't played it in Deus Ex 1, you have kind of like an RPG system as well, where you get, when you complete quests and objectives, you actually get points that you can then spend to raise your stats, your skills. And there's like 12 or something skills. There's like pistols, sniper rifles, heavy weapons, low-tech weapons, swimming, hiking, computers, lockpicking, environmental, and is that it? I don't remember anymore. It's like environmental is the last one, right? But yeah, anyway, what those skills do is they make you better at stuff that you do in the game. So for example, if you raise swimming, which no one does because it's kind of like a useless skill, it allows you to swim underwater for like to hold your breath for longer. So yeah, these are both Illuminati. They're both in it together. They're in cahoots, and so on and so forth. Blah blah blah. So for the weapon skills, if you put points into specific weapon categories, you get to perform better with those categories. The cursor becomes, the crosshair becomes smaller, which means you are more accurate with it. You get a damage increase with each rank that you put into the skills. And I think that's it, actually. I think maybe the reload speed might also go a bit faster, although I'm not 100% sure on that. Because, like I said, aside from like maybe sniper rifles and the low-tech stuff, I never ever like leveled anything. But yeah, the problem is that if you were to focus on weapon skills, you get locked out of so much more stuff. Because it's an old game. You never get enough points to max out everything. Although you can get very close if you kind of like scavenge around. Wait, what? The game crash? Hello? Oh boy. The game crashed. Which kind of means I need to restart it. Give me a moment. Just like task manager. Yep, Deus Ex is not responding. Lovely. Okay, so game clearly crashed. Victoria error. Oh, it's like an error exception thing. Nice. There we go. Okay, so let me just like relaunch it here. Enjoy just exploring the world. Yeah, I know. That was like my favorite part as well. And Deus Ex is one of the few games that you actually get tangible results, rewards from doing that. It's I was mentioning this to Posh Hamster before. Ooh, music. There we go. I was actually mentioning this to Hamster before. Is the game louder or is it just me? No, it's fine. Because the game was kind of like balanced around you taking one of the many paths through any given mission. If you were patient enough to head back and like check all of the other ways that you could be accessing areas, you would often get more rewards than the game expects you to have at any given time. So for example, if you go through the events and you get like a couple of lockpicks, but then you backtrack and you use the other entrance, which gives you kind of like a couple of rounds of ammunition. And then you also try and like hack through the computer system, which gives you a bunch of skill points. So if you do all of those to access the same place, you basically get 3 times the rewards that the developers actually expected you to get, because I think their original assumption was that everyone was going to go through the game like once, like use one path per what's it called, one path per mission. But essentially what you could do, like get like 3 playthroughs worth of items basically, which I won't lie, it was like, it felt very rewarding because it gave you a lot of different options to approach stuff. It's kind of like one of those games that also kind of like rewards foresight, and not just foresight but also kind of like a forward planning, because you might come across a panel that you can use multi-tools to hack. But if you can't do that, then there's probably like a vent nearby that you could use to get into the same place. But all of that stuff, if you do all of them, you still get like skill points out of them.
Let's go.
So you end up like amassing a lot of points that allows you to play even more versatile, with even more versatility. Even though, like I said, you can't actually max anything. I don't think, at least in the original Deus Ex, I don't think you can get enough skill points by the end of the game, even if you go through everything. Because some of the rank costs are really high by the end. Like you need like 5,000 skill points to get master in some of those, like 5,400 or something like that. Okay. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's kind of like a bit past midnight already, so I think this is gonna be it for me for tonight. Ooh, that's not good. Just like save here. So tomorrow, hopefully, we will be finishing this. It's highly likely that we get to finish Trier here, then go to Antarctica, and then also do the endgame at Liberty Island, hopefully. In the meantime, let's see if we can find anyone to raid. Let's see who's online at the moment. Can I actually find anyone to raid? Hey, Raiken is online with Kingdom Come Deliverance, so let's do him. Let's go raid Raiken. So I will probably be online tomorrow with the end of this playthrough, hopefully. If not, then for sure on the weekend, at least. In the meantime, have a very pleasant evening. Thanks for sticking around and keeping me company, and I will see you around soon. Good night.